Hi friends, I'm Srini Edwali and you're watching Srini Unplugged. Please do like this video, share and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Friends, in today's video we are going to discuss something known as Council or Coalition of Inclusive Capitalism. Friends, if you recall, earlier I did a video on capitalism in a series where we discussed about why ideology matters. And after that, I did a video on the concept of what inclusive capitalism is all about. Okay. And now we are going to discuss something known as Coalition or Council for Inclusive Capitalism. What this organization? It's basically a non-profit organization. So what does it do? And why this topic is very important. Okay. So without much further delay, let's get started. So friends, what is Coalition or Council for Inclusive Capitalism? So let's try to understand its origins and bases. All right. Friends, so the council was founded by a lady called Lynn Forrester D. Rothschild. Okay, obviously, when you have last name is Rothschild, you all might have guessed it's basically coming from Rothschild family. All right. So yes, to be honest, it's true. So the council, as I mentioned, is founded by Lynn Forrester D. Rothschild and is connected to its parent organization, which is called the Coalition for Inclusive Capitalism. So the first came Coalition of Inclusive Capitalism, and then its offshoot as Council of Inclusive Capitalism (CIC). Very amazing topic, friends. So just request you to pay attention. Okay. Now, what does CIC do? What are its objectives? Okay. The CIC is basically, as I mentioned, non-profit organization that works to create a more inclusive, sustainable and trusted economic system. So in the previous video we discussed about inclusive capitalism, right, where your idea is just making profits. Yes, the core doesn't change, but you do it ethically, socially, morally, and in a sustainable and a responsible way, right? So that is what this is also talking about and how it's going to happen. Okay. So the CIC, as I mentioned, is a global non-profit organization that works to create a more inclusive, sustainable economic. The council's guiding principles, okay, are fairness, diversity, equality of opportunity, a level playing field, similar outcomes for similar inputs, discouraging unjust advantage or exploitation for individual gain. Okay, so these are some of the guiding principles around which CIC is working. All right. And friends, so the CIC basically takes upon a lot of projects, okay, under its fold, okay. And one of the most important projects that I'd like to highlight today in this video is basically a project called EPIC, okay. It's called EPIC. So what does EPI stand for? The Embarkment Project for Inclusive Capitalism. We discussed inclusive capitalism in a previous video, right? So this project is called the Embarkment Project for Inclusive Capitalism. What is this? So it is a market-led initiative of 30 organizations representing the entire investment value chain of close to $30 trillion assets under management. Okay, $30 trillion assets under management. Assets under management, AUM. Okay. Now, just let's try to understand what AUM is all about, okay? I'll not take too much of your time, but let's get through with this. An AUM, by definition, basically refers to the total market value of all the assets that a financial institution such as investment management company or fund manager manages on behalf of his client, okay? Now, these assets can belong to various classes, okay? What are these classes like? So you have, to begin with, you have what you call as equities, okay? Fixed income is an asset class. Cash and cash equivalents, real estate, mutual funds, exchange traded funds, hedge funds, private equity, venture capital, commodities, derivatives, alternative investments, private debt, infrastructure investments, multi-asset funds, real estate, sovereign wealth funds. So wherever your money goes in any form, okay, whatever the form it may take, we may take it as debt, we may take it as equity shares of publicly traded companies, or your portfolio investments. That's from an investment management perspective. But let's say from a retail user point of perspective, we save our money in banks, right? So all our savings in the banks, we save money in what you call your mutual funds. So the mutual funds, we save our money where else? In equities we invest. So the equities part of it. We put our money, most of the times in real estate, right? Sometimes real estate investment funds. And along with this 4 or 5, there are, again, as I mentioned, as I shared with you, there are 18 to 19 different kind of asset classes. Okay. Now, if you take the value of all these asset classes today and give it a number, okay, and give it a number, that number is supposed to be close to, and when I say number from not everybody, the people who manage this, okay. For example, if you have, I'll just come to that. If you have a company like BlackRock, right? BlackRock itself manages close to 9 trillion US dollars worth of assets. Okay, so that's one company managing $9 trillion out of 30. So likewise, if you look at all the assets of all the economies, all the businesses put together, and arrive at a particular number, so this number comes to $30 trillion. So friends, that's basically 30 followed by 13 zeros. Okay, 30 followed by 13 zeros. That's how much US dollars worth of value of money is there. Okay, that's what it is talking about. $30 trillion of assets under management. All right. So okay, so as I mentioned, 30 trillion in assets under management. Okay. Now, who are all the top 20 guys who are managing these assets? Okay. So here is a list, friends. BlackRock, $9 trillion. Vanguard Group, $7.6 trillion. Fidelity Investments, $4.2 trillion. State Street Global Advisors is $3.6 trillion. Morgan Stanley, $3.1 trillion. JP Morgan Chase, $3.006 trillion. Okay, then you have Goldman Sachs is $2 trillion. Credit Agricole, $2 trillion. Allianz is managing $2 trillion. Capital Group is managing. So if you keep on going, right? So the last number you see, the 20th on the list, Franklin Templeton manages $1 trillion worth of assets. Okay, and the EPIC project is basically trying to bring all these people and their asset management under a fold to create a $30 trillion of asset management under their fold. Okay, so this is what EPIC is doing. And how did EPIC come into the picture in the first place? Okay, in CIC. Okay, so basically EPIC was developed by Coalition for Inclusive Capitalism in partnership with Ernst & Young, EYC. The EPIC long-term value framework provides. So what is EPIC to understand? Okay, the EPIC long-term value framework provides a set of standardized, comparable metrics with principles, guidance and tools to help companies better measure their long-term performance. Friends, why I am telling you about Council for Inclusive Capitalism? Okay, and now if you want any loan, let's talk about you and me. Okay, we go to banks, okay, for loans. Where is money to the banks coming from? Again, our money as savings are coming back to us as loans. I save today, and tomorrow when I don't have money, I borrow from the financial institution as a loan and I repay them. Okay. Now, if you aggregate all this pool of money of just the paper money and the non-paper money of a particular nation state, and put those all things together and say, I need somebody to manage this. Okay. For example, these are managed by people like BlackRocks and Vanguards, the list that I showed with you just now. Okay. Money managers, fund managers. That's why whenever you talk to an investment advisor, predominantly these people talk about money managers, fund managers. Terminology is used a lot. Bottom line that I'm trying to say is $30 trillion worth of investments are going to be managed by EPIC and CIC. So in variable, what they are trying to do is that they are trying to control your life and my life, whether we like it or not. Okay, they decide where this money has to go, how this money has to go, when this money has to go. So there's a good part to it, there's a bad part to it. So it's important that we know about at least Council for Inclusive Capitalism, because this is coming from one of the bedrock uh, family, the Rothschild family, right? And of course, a lot of investors. Mukesh Ambani is involved with CIC, okay, Council for Inclusive Capitalism. A lot of other Indian entrepreneurs are there who are part of this coalition, and these people are bringing their assets and their expertise in terms of managing wealth, and trying to make sure that it is, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, equitable distribution of money to all the stakeholders in the society and economy, right? So with this, friends, I come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, good night, take care, Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai.